Now, the hot weather might seem glorious, but it's causing real problems tonight. For a time this afternoon, there were no trains between Guildford and Havant because the heat is affecting the tracks, and some passengers had to be ferried by taxis. South West Trains have closed 4 platforms at Waterloo. Well, for the tourism business, there's been a big jump in trade as parts of the south this weekend were hotter than Miami. Let's join Ben Moore, who's at Milford-on-Sea, and it's looking glorious.
It is a lovely evening here tonight, Sally. You can see we're just above the beach. You can see the Isle of Wight there, the Needles, some people there perhaps thinking about going for an early evening swim. And the beach is all very well, but if you want to enjoy all the South has to offer in this weather, you're probably going to need a rather reliable, natty open top. And we have one here, the New Forest Tour. We'll be jumping on board in just a minute, but first a roundup of how the South has been coping with the heat. The weather's gone down a bomb in Berkshire. Northcroft Leisure Centre is the last municipal lido in the county. It was so busy this weekend, it had a one-in, one-out policy.
The minimum number of swim movies we've had in a day over the last 10 days is 400. So bearing in mind, normally we would be lucky to have that in a week some weeks, and it's not set to stop for a while, I don't think.
The coast has perhaps been the main destination for sun seekers in the region since last week. In Weymouth, there wasn't a car parking space to be had. But with Monday comes work. No sweltering office for some, though. Waitrose staff at Company HQ in Bracknell have the ultimate air conditioning. This area, the whole 120,000 square foot, remains at just 2 degrees Celsius throughout the whole year. It's the equivalent of having 54,000 household refrigerators.
The weather outside is a huge influence of how people shop. So in these kind of temperatures, they will want to barbecue, they'll want to dine outside, so there'll be a lot more fresh produce going into our shops. People want salads, they want dips, they want to enjoy themselves outside.
What a difference half a year has made in the New Forest. The worst floods the area had ever seen were crippling businesses over Christmas, but the hot weather has now brought a 15% increase in their profits.
Certainly, it just means you've got consistency of business, everybody knows what they're doing. A business like this performs better when it's working flat out almost. So yeah, it's a good news story all round.
It's still unknown whether the owner of this wrecked Porsche has replaced it with a convertible, but lawns that looked like pools in December are sun traps now.
I remember last year only coming to the New Forest for work and all the rain, and there was no chance that we were coming down for pleasure. This year, we make a decision in the morning and come down, we know we've got guaranteed sunshine.
It's like being abroad every day, You wake up and the sun's out and you just feel better.
Trying to get out, really, just coming down to places like this and swimming in the water and just trying to get out.
In the national park overall, campsites have seen a 25% increase in the number of bookings for the rest of July. Good weather is good news for most in the region then, not just the kids. Well, here we are on top of the New Forest tour bus, and joining me now is Nat Taplin, who is from the National Park. Nat, it's been a popular bus, hasn't it?
It's been fantastic. The New Forest tour's got off to a wonderful start this year. Passenger numbers are up 66% on what they were this time last year. We've introduced this third blue route along the coast, taking in the coastal scenery as well as the fantastic forest scenery. On a day like this, the fantastic weather we've been having, who'd want to be cooped up and sweating away inside their car when they can be up here on top of the bus enjoying the breeze and the fantastic views?
And that's the thing, isn't it? You say that you're getting people out of their cars.
Absolutely. Traffic is the number one issue which visitors to the park and locals have said is the problem they want us to deal with. And the New Forest National Park Authority has really set about addressing that with cycling in the forest and fantastic experiences like here on the open top bus.
Thank you very much. Well, it is such a glorious evening. I think it's time we were off to enjoy what the South has to offer.
Ben, thank you.